Good morning, all. Pastor Don here, coming to you from the porch of the parsonage, just taking a moment to enjoy the beautiful morning weather, listening to all the birds, watching the deer and squirrel feed, seeing our cross draped in purple in the front yard, and just taking a moment to pray and meditate on all that God has blessed me with. So today is Palm Sunday, and we're so glad you're here. In your bulletin, you will see this week's announcements. All the regularly scheduled ministries and happenings at the church are going on as usual. Because today is Palm Sunday, this week is also known as the Passion Week, or Christ's final days before Good Friday. Now, we will be having a very special Maundy Thursday service this Thursday, April the 6th at 6:30 p.m. Then the next day, April the 7th, is Good Friday. This is the day that Christ was crucified. We're offering two opportunities for you to come and worship while remembering the unbelievable sacrifice Christ made for us all. One service is at 12 noon, and we do that because according to Luke 23:44, it's the time of the day that darkness came over the whole land until 3 because the sun's light failed. Now, we know that 12 noon may not be convenient for some of you, so you will also have the opportunity to come at 6 p.m. for the same worship service. Weather permitting, those will be in the garden center. Then on Sunday, April the 9th, it's Easter, the day that the world learned that Jesus was resurrected, was alive, and what had originally appeared to be defeat was actually the greatest victory of all. So we will hold a sunrise service at 6:50 a.m. in the garden area. Then there will be breakfast for you all at 8 a.m. and an egg hunt for the children at 8:15. And then we will hold Easter worship at our regular time in the sanctuary at 9 a.m. He is risen. He is risen indeed. Now, part of our responsibility as Christians is to share the love of Jesus Christ, and that can be done in a multitude of ways, including missionaries who serve overseas. So during the month of April, our ministry focus will be an organization called World Vision. Their mission is engaging the world for gospel impact, and their slogan is billions of people don't know Jesus, and we're not okay with that. Now, our church actually has two sets of missionary families working through World Vision, and those families are associated with members of our church. The Ferguson family, who are serving God in Rwanda, Africa, are the son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren of Lois and Johnny Timrick. Then in Thailand, the Decker family are teaching others about Christ, and they are David's and my son, daughter-in-law, and grandsons. Watch these videos for what they're doing to make an impact for Jesus. And know that any special offerings you give above your tithes and regular giving this month will be going to support these two specific families. It will be divided between them. So watch the video.
Hi, Lake Hills UMC. I'm Lance.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Nasarian.
I'm Sayla.
I'm Ezra. I'm Magdalena.
Greetings from Rwanda. For those of you who don't know us, we're the Ferguson family, and we serve as missionaries in Kigali, Rwanda. We've been in missions for about 11 years now, with 4 of those being in Rwanda, and we want to let you know that we appreciate your partnership in the gospel through prayer and support. We want to take a moment to share with you a little bit about the context in which we serve here in Rwanda and some of the opportunities the Lord has given us to make disciples and equip church leaders.
Rwanda is a small, beautiful, landlocked country in East Africa. It is known as the land of 1,000 hills and has a population of around 14 million people. It's the most densely populated country in Africa, and the vast majority of Rwandans are involved in agriculture. People here continue to recover from the genocide in 1994, in which close to 1 million people were killed. There are numerous churches that dot the hillsides throughout Rwanda, but pastors and church leaders oftentimes lack a strong biblical foundation for ministry. We work here with a pastor training school called New Creation Ministries that provides biblical training for pastors and church leaders so that God might be glorified through healthy, gospel-grounded churches. Tiffany participates in ministry through building relationships with other moms in order to point them to the Lord. And the Lord has given me opportunities through teaching Bible studies, preaching, helping with sustainable agricultural development for church leaders and their families, and facilitating trainings for church leaders. One really encouraging recent ministry opportunity has been teaching a weekly Bible study for a group of visually impaired Rwandans. We are currently studying the letter to the Ephesians, and at the same time I am able to help equip a Rwandan who joined me in this work and who is preparing to serve in missions with his family. Some of you might remember that we had come back to the States last summer for a major surgery for our daughter. We want to again say thank you for your prayers during that time. It has been 9 months since that surgery, and we want to let you know that Selah is doing well and continuing to improve. We're so thankful to the Lord for all He has done in her life, and that our family is doing well. We would appreciate your prayers for the Lord's continued help in life and ministry, for my upcoming teaching assignments, for our family, and for His work in the lives of those with whom we serve.
Thank you, Lake Hills UMC.
We appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Lake Hills. It's the Decker family.
We just wanted to give you guys a little update about what's been going on in our lives since the last time we talked to you. We're still in Bangkok, and we'd like to share a little bit about that with you.
The way that I serve is that I play in our school worship band. The instrument that I play is a box drum, and the times that I play it is during chapel and night of worship. Night of worship is basically when we go and we watch skits, learn about the gospel, and play the music.
At our church, I've been serving with the tech team, so I've been running the slides for the lyrics for songs or doing the sermon, and also helping teach a new generation of people to learn what we do and helping them learn what to do so they can help also serve the church.
So some of the ways that I've learned to plug in at this point is mainly up through the school that the boys attend, ICS. I've been able to participate being a life group leader, and that's basically like a small group for the students. And so there's 6 8th grade girls that I'm just pouring into. We've learned all kinds of things like how to study the Bible, how do we pray, how do we deal with some of these issues that are going on in middle school, and how does that relate back to the gospel. I've also been coaching. I have an educational background, and I love to coach. And so I've had the opportunity to volunteer both in cross country and in this season right now we're doing track and field. And so it's been very life-giving to be able to go out and help these students from all these different countries kind of come together and learn hard work, determination, and sharing the gospel as we kind of work alongside each other towards that common goal.
So one of the ways I'm able to use my technology skills here in Bangkok is with our local church, Bangna Christian Fellowship. So when we first started attending, we were in the middle of the COVID pandemic. And so like you guys, we were worshiping online. They were just using a cell phone and Zoom, but they really wanted to bring it up to the next level. So they started working on upgrading all the hardware and just trying to find different ways that we could make the gospel more accessible online as well and find ways that we could reach more people at that. We also built a media team for the first time. And with that, we were able to bring volunteers, both adult and with the youth, and just find ways that they can worship and serve at the same time and show them that the two really do go hand in hand. As always, we really appreciate your prayers. Here are a few ways that you guys can be praying for us right now. So we are continuing our language studies. Thai is a very hard language. So we are continuing to dive in, trying to learn as much as we can and also to practice it with Thai people. So just pray that we can have those opportunities, have the courage to get out there, to make those mistakes, and just really learn the Thai language as well as we can. And to kind of go along with that is to continue to build relationships with Thai people. We don't want to just be on our own little island. We want to be arm in arm with the Thais in our neighborhood, in our church, that we work with, people that are just around us all the time. So just pray that we can have those relationships and that we can also have the opportunity to share the gospel with the Thai people who don't know about Jesus yet.
And one of the other things that has been on our hearts a lot, especially this year, we've been here a year and a half about now. And so the first year was about getting to know where we were. We were a little lost, trying to figure out, how do I buy groceries? How do I get from one place to another? How do we drive on the opposite side of the road? We found that the second year is a lot more challenging in different ways. There's a lot of tension back and forth between missing family and friends, not getting to see people as often as we'd like, feeling like life is kind of moving on without us a little bit in that world back home, and then wanting to still stay in touch and be part of that too. And so in that regard, it's a little difficult for all of us just to figure out where do we belong and how do we do this. So if you guys could be praying for that too, that would be wonderful and much appreciated.
ขอบคุณครับสำหรับการฟัง
which means thank you for listening in Thai.